Good evening, welcome to HullKR.tv. We're at the DW Stadium. It's Friday, the 2nd of August, as Hull Kingston Rovers take on the Wigan Warriors. Rovers having that break for the Challenge Cup semi-finals, so they'll be smarting from that 34 points to 60 feet against the Warrington Wolves at the Halliwell Jones 2 weeks ago. Well, the Wigan Warriors, they had a real stroll in the park to reach Wembley. They defeated the London Broncos by 70 points to 0. Coach Craig Sandercock has named an unchanged 17 for this game. The Robins lineup will be as follows. In the backs, at fullback, wearing number 1, sponsored by Harrison Solway Logistics, Greg Eden. On the right wing, wearing number 2, sponsored by EYS, Craig Hall. At right centre, sponsored by Quickline.co.uk, Sean Gleeson. At left centre, wearing number 18, sponsored by the Insurance Partnership, Liam Salter. And on the left wing, wearing number 5, sponsored by Mr. and Mrs. Broadbent, David Hodgson. Lining up at standoff, wearing number 6, sponsored by IRS, Travis Burns. And wearing 7, the skipper of Hull Kingston Rovers, scrum half, Michael Dobson, sponsored by JC Services and Son Limited. And now the forwards. Wearing number 23, sponsored by AA Jones Electrical, Mickey Payer. Starting hooker, wearing number 9, sponsored by A1 Tyre Services, Josh Hodgson. Making up the front row, wearing number 16, sponsored by the Hull KR Fans Forum, Adam Walker. Into the second row, wearing number 13, sponsored by the 1 Point, Reese Lovegrove. Wearing number 20, sponsored by Adji's Buses, Jordan Cox. And wearing number 11, at loose forward, sponsored by Primary Technologies, Con Mika. Replacements for the Robins this evening, wearing number 14, sponsored by Coolrite, Lincoln Withers. Wearing number 22, sponsored by the Hull KR Fans Forum, Richard Beaumont. Wearing number 28, sponsored by Cleartech Waste Services, Tyler Heppy. And wearing number 8, sponsored by Parasol, Ivan Tumavave. Hull Kingston Rovers coach Craig Sandercock, sponsored by SJS Flooring Specialists. And now the host, the Wigan Warriors, the team from the DW Stadium. Well, they've omitted some big names for this one on the back of that Challenge Cup game. There's no Sam Tompkins, there's no Pat Richards, and there's no Liam Farrell, but still a strong-looking lineup, but 1 or 2 youngsters in there. They will line up with Ryan Hampshire at fullback, a wing partnership of Josh Charnley and Joe Burgess. Daryl Goulding and Anthony Gelling make up the centres, with former Robin Blake Green at standoff, alongside Matty Smith, the scrum half. Into the forwards, they'll be in the front row, led by Lee Mossop, Michael McAlorum, and a second former Robin in Scott Taylor. Harrison Hansen and Chris Tucson make up the second row, with the captain wearing 13, Sean O'Loughlin. The bench for the Wigan Warriors will be Jack Hughes, Epulhami Lawaki, Logan Tompkins and Dominic Crosby. Their coach is Sean Wayne. Today's referee is Richard Silverwood, with the video referee James Child. We await the arrival of the 2 sides here onto the pitch at the DW Stadium. Hot, humid conditions here across in Lancashire. Can Rovers take a big step to securing that playoff berth? They are currently 6th in the table. A win this evening could lift them above the Catalan Dragons. Michael Dobson leads the Robins out. I know there's been some trouble for some of the Rovers fans to get across this evening. One of the coaches has suffered a flat tyre, so there's 50, 60 disappointed Robins fans who won't be able to make the game. Hopefully those fans that have made it will make lots of noise, give the side lots of encouragement. This Wigan side may be missing one or two big name players, but they are still a very formidable outfit. Here come the Wigan Warriors, led out by Sean O'Loughlin. The home fans rise to acclaim their side. Deafening noise around the stadium as Craig Hall looks to get this game underway. For me, the game will be won in the halfbacks, Dobson and Burns versus Green and Smith. It's a former Robin Scott Taylor with the first drive of the evening. He's lifted and dumped on his back by some great Rovers defence. Tackle one of the game completed. Rovers know that if they make a fast start, there's some inexperienced players in this Warriors lineup. Green moves the ball to his left-hand side, but once again the Rovers' defence is there and Wigan are trapped only 10 metres from their own line. The skipper O'Loughlin with a good offload finds Anthony Gelling, one-handed carry, but he goes down under the tackle of Burns and Cox. Wigan with Lee Mossop trying to make some more yardage forward, but once again Rovers have numbers in attendance. Already it's on the lasso. Green puts right boot to ball. It's over the head of Craig Hall. It will not bounce towards the touchline. Greg Eden picks up and into a wall of cherry and white defenders. Anthony Gelling, wearing 22, led the charge. Slow play the ball. First touch for Sean Gleeson. Started his career with the Wigan Warriors, did Gleeson. That should be a penalty, but Silverwood does nothing. Josh Hodgson spots a slight gap there, so has a charge in, is wrapped up. He gets the ball away to Burns. Burns sets Mika running free, and into the line comes Adam Walker. Adam Walker's grounded 11 metres inside Wigan territory. Dobson, long ball, wasn't the best. Liam Salter was absolutely smashed in the tackle of Daryl Goulding. But Rovers trundle forward with Nicky Payer now. The 25 metres out from the line. We've only played a minute or so of this game. Dobson with the high kick. It's a tester for this young, inexperienced wingman. He takes it well, though, does Joe Burgess. That will build his confidence, and Wigan once again are asked to carry the ball out their own end. And once again, Rovers are defending in numbers. Taylor shimmies, tries to put some footwork on, but three blue and orange shirts are there. Rovers need to keep the discipline. Matty Smith moves the ball wide. This is where Wigan are dangerous. Josh Charnley's got Greg Eden in front of him. He's got the ball inside to Matty Smith. Matty Smith runs the arc, he's looking for support. Rovers managed to cut him down in the shape of Jordan Cox, but real pressure as Charnley scoots once again. 7 metres from the Rovers line. One tackle remains and it's a penalty against Sean Gleeson. He'll claim that his feet were trapped underneath the body. But Wigan showing their speed on the flanks there. Mossop runs into the two-man tackle. Walker tries to prevent the offload and does so. McIlaurin needs to be watched from close range. They've moved the ball out wide. That's gone loose. Was it knocked down? Yes, says Richard Silverwood. So Rovers survive the first real test of the evening. Harrison Hansen puts down the sharp pass. And Richard Silverwood adjudging that he'd lost control of the ball. Josh Charnley showing that if you give him open space, he can be a devastating runner. He elected to pass on the inside rather than take Greg Eden on. And Rovers managed to scramble back. They now have possession with Mickey Payer once again. That's good work from the big prop forward. He wants to quick play the ball, but two Wigan defenders were on him. Dobson, his space has been cut down there. He found Lovegrove on his shoulder, but Wigan were quickly up into the face of the man playing left second row this evening. Will Dobson go short side? He does to Liam Salter. Salter with defend, makes a few metres forward. Edging towards the halfway line. Good ball from Walker. Mika almost broke the line. Quick play the ball. Hodgson goes open side. Travis Burns kicks for position. He was in two minds then. He's kicked it to the young fullback Ryan Hampshire. He tries to shimmy. The Wigan fans appealing for the flop there, but nothing doing. And once again, Rovers are asking questions of the ball carrier. Scott Taylor, I'm not sure that ball was meant for him. He only makes around 5 metres before he's cut down by Con Mika. O'Loughlin finds Green. Green has options, and it's a penalty to the Robins for obstruction. There was hesitation there from Blake Green. The runner went through, and Richard Silverwood gives a good penalty for Rovers positional wise. Only 30 metres out from the Wigan line with 6 tackles in the bank. Dobson gains another 10 metres, so Rovers are on the 20 line now. Jordan Cox will take the first drive in. Scored in that defeat against Warrington a couple of weeks ago, so his confidence should be high. He plays it to Josh Hodgson. Short pass finds Adam Walker. Walker was harassed by Mickey McIlaurin. He goes down but still has possession of the football. Quick play the ball there. Josh Hodgson goes himself. Wigan now appealing for the obstruction. Josh Hodgson trying to force his way over that try line. He'll play it to Mika. Mika with a poor ball, but it bounces kindly for Greg Eden. Greg Eden puts on the step, but it's been done for the obstruction just as the Warriors were just around 90 seconds ago. So Richard Silverwood with 2 big decisions there, one for each side. It was a poor pass. Greg Eden, well, he ran around the outside of one of his players, just looking back on the big screen. No real complaints with that decision as Taylor runs into the shoulder of Adam Walker. Wigan have possession 4 metres from halfway. They go to the middle of the field. Back on the inside is Harrison Hansen. He escapes some poor defence there from Walker. Greg Eden's telling his team to umbrella over to that left-hand side. That's where Wigan have gone. They've got the overlap. If Goulding can find Josh Charnley, he does, but Rovers had cut down the space. So Wigan will come from right to left now. It's into the hands of Taylor. He's broken the line. He's left a Rovers man absolutely prostrate on the floor. That doesn't look good. Rovers are momentarily down to 12. And if this kick is any good, Wigan will score. Craig Hall was offside then. He's pointing at the player down. All the Rovers players are, but Richard Silverwood with no option but to play to the whistle. The ball was still live. Maybe big Jordan Cox, the man who's down. Went awkwardly into the tackle on his former teammate Scott Taylor. Just under 8 minutes played. Oh, yeah, and that's a bad one for Jordan Cox. His head was not in a good position. It hit the thigh of Scott Taylor. Scott Taylor's a big lad. Rovers may be forced into an early interchange. You would imagine it would be Tumavaveo Beaumont, the man, one of the men who would come on. Have to be very, very careful with these head and neck injuries. Looks as though he's going to be okay to take his feet, but it doesn't look at all well. Jordan Cox. Real shame. And in fact, it's Lincoln Withers who's coming on, so it will be Josh Hodgson into the second row, with Lincoln Withers controlling the ruck. So Richard Silverwood awards the penalty and play will get back underway with the Warriors in possession 21 metres from the Robins line. The first drive in is by Chris Tucson, the one wearing the number 16 shirt. McAlorum goes to the centre field. Mossop charges in. He's Australia bound, is Lee Mossop, signing for the Parramatta Eels. McAlorum spots a gap and goes for it. Adam Walker managed just to grab hold of him. Rovers look skinny on numbers on this edge. That's the way Wigan have gone. Gellin's a big lad. He's looking to get the ball away, but Gleeson and Hall do enough to cut the danger down. They'll go from left to right now. Blake Green just pops it short to Scott Taylor, who receives boos from the Rovers fans. Already on the fifth tackle, says Richard Silverwood. Green taking on the line. Matty Smith puts a kick in and Dobson gets boots a ball. That will be a repeat set for Wigan. The danger was averted, but Hull Kingston Rovers are just slightly under the cosh at this moment in time. Was that a shoulder charge from the Rovers man on Matty Smith? That's what they're looking at. Can't be, because the penalty's not been awarded. So Craig Hall has ball in hand. He's going to try and get as much distance on this kick as possible. He's cleared halfway. That's a good one. Matty Smith collects and brings in Scott Taylor. Taylor runs into Walker and Withers. He goes down around 5 metres inside Rovers territory. Wiggins trying to snipe down the middle. McAlorum bumped off the initial contact and got the ball away. And that's dangerous, because that then brings the three quarters into play. Slow play the ball. Mossop runs into Adam Walker. Wigan appealing for offside, but Richard Silverwood was watching Rovers very closely. That was a forward pass. O'Loughlin has put it down. It's the free play. Travis Burns dinks the kick through. Craig Hall won't get it. The young wingman Burgess does. So Rovers, with exactly 10 minutes of this game gone, still no score, and the Robins have possession. So Travis Birds feeds the scrum. Withers comes and finds Gleeson. He's found Craig Hall. Can Hall open his legs? Oh, the young wingman gets him. Craig Hall didn't have the pace on this youngster Joe Burgess on his debut for the Wigan side. It was a high-risk strategy, that one from Rovers, but had it come off, Craig Hall could have made 20, 30 metres further downfield and Rovers would have been in a great position. Both sets of players in no hurry to restart this game. I think Already there's some burning lungs out there. The clock has been stopped as Blake Green feeds the scrum. Green against Burns would be an interesting contest this evening. The present number 6 for the Robins against the former. Hansen plays the ball a metre from halfway. Moss up on the inside pass of Matty Smith, but Rovers are there in numbers in the middle. Rovers are defending okay in the centre of the field. It's just when Wigan go wide, that's when the alarm bells start to ring. Eventually, that's a penalty against the Robins for not clearing the ruck. Rhys Lovegrove adjudged to be the guilty party. And that's given Wigan 6 tackles camped inside the Rovers 20. Green. Oh, that was a risky ball. Gelling finds the young wingman. He steps inside. Travis Burns is there. He's got him by the collar. Rovers just did enough to stop him having a real go for that corner. But Blake Green looks as though he's starting to really influence this game now. Rovers have 2 men out of play there as it's a scrappy play the ball. And the Warriors will go in the corner for the opening try of the game. Who else? Josh Charnley is the man who touches down. Around 12 minutes of this game gone. And those penalties conceded by the Robins have eventually led to Wigan going over in the right-hand corner.
The try scorer for the Wigan Warriors, number 2, Josh Charnley.
So Rovers caught on numbers. David Hodgson was isolated over on that left-hand side. And once the ball went to Charnley, the try was on and he took it, as he's done many, many times in the colours of the Wigan Warriors, as he did in that short spell with Hull Kingston Rovers. And with no Pat Richards, it's Josh Charnley who gets the kicking duties for the Warriors this evening. This is a real tester for his first kick of the game. Around half a metre in from that right-hand touchline. Can be quite hit and miss, can Josh Charnley with the boot. Let's see how he gets on with this one. He's give it a good crack, but it's inaccurate. So he misses that one, and it's just a 4-point deficit for Hull Kingston Rovers. On the big screen, it's showing 14 minutes played. I think Rovers just need a spell of possession and territory now. They've not really had one in the opening 15 minutes of this game. High restart. Will it sail out on the full? Oh, Wigan have made a mess of that one, have they? Well, should Richard Silverwood have taken a look at that one? Travis Burns is asking the question. There was a real schmozzle. Not sure that... Oh, and Matty Smith... Oh no, it's gone Rovers' way. Well, cheers from the Rovers fans. I just had an inkling that that wasn't diffused for the restart on halfway, and my instincts were correct. James Child, the video ref, awards in favour of the Robins, and this is a chance now for Rovers to try and get a foothold in this game. If Rovers can stay tight to Wigan going into 65, 70 minutes in this game, you never know. They may come away with a big 2 points. Mickey Payer takes the play 11 metres into Wigan territory, directly centre field. Walker will try to punch a hole, but some aggressive defending by McAlorum and Hansen. Quick play the ball though. Withers goes himself, finds Dobson. Dobson brings Eden into play. Eden finds Salter. Salter takes the two-man tackle, being shepherded towards the touchline, but goes down 17 metres from the Wigan line. Reese Lovegrove will take them on. Drives forward, takes the play to within 13 metres of that try line. Can Rovers respond to that Josh Charnley try? Dobson needs a man on his shoulder. Burns drops his shoulder and goes himself. It's on the last. Will Rovers go left or right? Have got a penalty for hands in. May have been Chris Tucson, the guilty party. And this is a big spell of this game now. Rovers need to come away with points whenever they're in this area of the field with tackles in the bank. Withers finds Dobson. Who else? There's Mickey Payer on the charge. Mickey Payer's grounded by a trio of Wigan defenders. He looks as though he's taken a knock, Payer, but gets up and plays the ball. There's a gap there for Eden, and Eden's gone in for Rovers. Eden drives over the line. Hull Kingston Rovers level up the scoreboard. It is the Wigan Warriors 4, Hull Kingston Rovers 4. We said Rovers needed to score whenever the opportunity presented itself. And Greg Eden, the super fullback, he's the man who's gone in for Craig Sandercock's side.
The try scorer for Hull Kingston Rovers, number 1, Greg Eden.
So it was penalties that cost Rovers dear. For Wigan to score, it was penalties. Wigan allowed Rovers to march up the field, and from this position Rovers will surely go into a 6-4 lead. Michael Dobson just to the left hand side of the post. That's a real confidence booster for the side. Dobson left footed. The flags are raised and Rovers lead this game by 6 points to 4. 17 minutes gone in this game. So far so good for Craig Sandercock's men. So Matty Smith will restart the game on halfway. It's arrowed towards Greg Eden. He pouches it safely and brings in Mickey Payer. It bounces into the chest of Lee Mossop and he's grounded 17 metres from the Robbins post. Withers goes to his right where he finds Josh Hodgson. Hodgson makes around 6-7 metres before Gellin pins him to the floor. Meeker now offloads to Burns. Set move from Rovers. Dobson needs a runner. He's got Greg Eden. Eden fended. He could have set David Hodgson away, but I think Josh Charnley had a close eye on the outside as Lovegrove takes the Wigan Warriors on 10 metres from halfway. Hit the deck with some real force then did Reese. Dobson under pressure. He's escaped though. He's only managed to make around 5 metres and Rovers are on the last tackle, so they'll need the kick of Travis Burns. Burns was being chased down by McAlorum, but gets the kick towards the touchline. It goes into touch, 19 metres from the Wigan line, and that's good set completion from Hull Kingston Rovers. A hush descends on the DW Stadium as this scrum forms, approaching the first quarter of this game played. The ball's out, it's with Josh Charnley at first receiver, but 3 Rovers defenders bring him down. They need to be careful they don't do the lift then. Scruffy play the ball. I think Richard Silverwood are judging that there was just a tangle of bodies. boos ring out from the Wigan Warriors fans. That was a dive for a penalty by Mossop. Surely should have been penalised. Scott Taylor breaks the line again. That's the second time. He's looking for a big performance against his former employers. O'Loughlin links up to Green. Gellin has lost the ball. Good defence from Gleeson and Burns. And Rovers are very much in this game. So once again, Travis Burns is the man who feeds the scrum. Gleeson tries to put some footwork on, but absolutely smashed into the turf. 10 metres from halfway. Scrappy play the ball. Withers almost stumbled as he picked that one up. Slow passage of play. Josh Hodgson, good ball to Gleeson. Took a clatter in for good measure, did Josh Hodgson, but that was a clever ball to his centre. Gleeson just wants a word with Richard Silverwood, then perhaps receiving some rough attention. That was a dangerous lift, that one. Sean O'Loughlin on Mickey Payer. Rovers will get the penalty. The players run in for a discussion, but thankfully no punches are thrown. O'Loughlin lifting the thighs of Mickey Payer and then just tossing him up in the air. Net result is Rovers have kicked a touch and they've got good field position once again. Josh Hodgson, strong ball carrier, runs into three determined Wigan defenders though, and have driven him back to where the ball was played. Another penalty goes against Wigan. Anthony Gellin and Blake Green not clearing the ruck quickly enough for the likes of Richard Silverwood, so can Rovers bend the line once again? Withers goes to the right-hand side where Burns fires the pass to Gleeson. Ball finds Craig Hall, and it's a knock-on, says Richard Silverwood. Has he given a forward pass? Must be, because Wigan have got possession. Gleeson with the offload. Well, I thought it had hit a Wigan man, but lost, says Richard Silverwood, and Rovers just really need to show more composure in that area of the field. Use up your tackle count. Don't try to score on every tackle. I think the direction of the ball from the offload was going forward, and Wigan under real pressure there. Con Meeker was hunting, as was Lincoln Withers. And there's another penalty for not clearing the ruck. Goes against Meeker, who undoes his good work. And on the back of it, Wigan make 22 metres downfield.
The Wigan Warriors substitution sponsored by PFM Casinos, replacing number 21, Scott Taylor, is number 8,
Epulhami Luwaki has replaced Scott Taylor, former Hull FC forward, as once again Rovers are showing grit and determination against the ball carrier. Mossop and Walker exchanging pleasantries. That was a high one by Walker on Blake Green. Adam Walker acknowledges that one was too high. And on the back of it, Wigan will push downfield, and this is danger for Rovers once again. Coming up to the 24th minute, Wigan on the attack. Green finds Luwaki centre field. Not popular with the Rovers fans. Oh, he seems to do something stupid against Rovers. Green with a delayed pass. There's numbers for Wigan. Oh, Salter needed to make that tackle. It's gone loose and Dobson's hacked it dead. It may have been knocked down by Hull Kingston Rovers. It was indeed. Wigan get head and feed at the scrum. Goulding tried to fend. It was knocked down by David Hodgson. I'm sure, well, it looks as though he'd knocked it back towards his own line for me. Well, think Rovers may have been slightly harshly done then. It would still have been a dropout, but they would have managed to push the ball up to halfway. Instead, they've got this scrum to defend, and Wigan are on the hunt for a try now. That's determined running by, looks as though the substitute, Jack Hughes, who's come on. It was indeed. Here's Green now. Ball back on the inside to Luaki. A determined run, but equally some determined defence by Hull Kingston Rovers. McAlorum, it's a loose one. It's bouncing around. It's picked up by Matty Smith. One-on-one tackles can't be missed. Goulding's looking over his shoulder to get the ball away, but there was nobody in support. McAlorum promotes the ball. Smith looking for a gap. Finds a big man in Luaki. He turns his back into the tackle. Rovers need to keep the shape here. Smith moves it left where Green is going to go himself. He jinked, but is wrapped up by some good defence by Rovers. It's on the last tackle. Matty Smith puts the kick in. Dobson's there. Dobson gets a clatter in, but he's also got the football for his side. Bravery from the skipper. Liam Salter takes a huge tackle there as Wigan are hunting the mistake from the ball carrier. Rovers need some brave hearts here. Reece Lovegrove's a strong man, but even he's been driven back. Walker and Peer leave the field. Some of Ave and Beaumont come on. These two need to start punching holes as both coaches now are ringing the changes. 13 and a half minutes remaining in this first half. A slender 2-point advantage to the Robins. 6 points to 4. Hampshire picks up the ball and gives it to the wingman Burgess. He's met by Josh Hodgson, and Rovers have got Wigan back inside their own half once again. Play on, it's the free play. Craig Hall's kicked ahead. Has he got the pace? It's been pushed dead by Jack Hughes, so clever play from Craig Hall. Rovers have forced the restart, the dropout. And there's some murmurings amongst the Wigan fans. They sense that their side aren't going to get it all their own way this evening.
Replacing number 9, Michael McAlorum, and number 10, Lee Mossop, and number 23, Logan Tompkins.
Mossop and McAlorum leave the field for Wigan to be replaced by Logan Tompkins and Dom Crosby. It's a spinning restart. Greg Eden needs to be sure. He collects it on halfway. He's fed Richard Beaumont. First drive for him, and well, Wigan were flying up into his face. Withers goes up the middle, finds Sumavave, his first touch of the game. Good work, he sucked in 3 defenders, did the big man. Withers needs another runner. He's got Dobson. Is there a gap? Travis Burns has fed Josh Hodgson. It's gone loose. It's play on to the Wigan Warriors. And if Rovers had managed to hang on to the ball then, the gaps were appearing in that Wigan line. Travis Burns makes the latest tackle on the touchline. Gelling fended off Craig Hall, but the reinforcements were there in the shape of Sean Gleeson. If Josh Hodgson had kept hold of that last ball, he may well have been on his way for another 4-pointer for the Robins. Logan Tompkins finds Matty Smith, the ball out the back. They've broken the line, it's the young fullback. He's got Charnley in support. Dobson, has he done enough? Yes, he has. And Rovers' scramble in defence has stopped. Josh Charnley, couple of metres out from the line. But if Wigan spread the play, Rovers have got problems, but that was a loose ball by Wigan. Rovers still need to keep the shape. They've put the ball down. That will do the Robins. And the Wigan faithful are starting to get very, very disgruntled. They had Rovers stretched, but once again they've come up with the error. Young Tyler Heppy about to enter the fray with around 10.5 minutes of this first half remaining. Be interesting to see who he replaces as Gleeson takes the ball at first receiver from the scrum. It's Con Meeker, the man who's leaving the field, so Tyler Heppy may slot into that loose forward position. Not the biggest of guys, but like his dad, is a real tough nut. Beaumont charges in at Luwaki, doesn't take a backward step. Richie Beaumont, if rumours are to be believed, he'll be playing in the Saints Wigan derby next season. First touch for Tyler Heppy. Centre field is Sumavave. Dobson with the link to Burns. Missed out pass to Gleeson. Good defence from Anthony Gelling. But Rovers just need to complete this set for me. There's the kick to the touchline from Greg Eden. It's a tester for young Ryan Hampshire. He takes the tackle of Burns, and Rovers will set up camp just outside the Wigan 20-metre line. Can they force a mistake from the Cherry and Whites once again? Gelling moves the ball inside. Dom Crosby is the man in possession. He's taken to ground 21 metres from his own post. Logan Tompkins moves it right to Blake Green, the half-back partnership. Daryl Goulding with the acceleration, but Rovers did well and he lost the ball. And Rovers will surely get head and feed hit this one. Well played, Liam Salter. He trapped his man. And yet, Daryl Goulding lost possession. So can Rovers get their second try of the game? Be a good time to score. Lincoln Withers just trying to be cheeky then and go around the outside onto the short side, but Wigan were carefully watching that. Oh, young Tyler Heppy then, he escapes Logan Tompkins, who gets him with a second bite of the cherry. Pop short to Beaumont, a cry of forward from the Wigan fans, but play goes on. Rovers are rolling forward here. Sumavave takes on Luwaki. Wigan trying to get him to the floor, eventually to get him to his knees. But Withers finds Dobson. Will he go himself? He's put the kick in. Charnley has to play it. He was under pressure from Hodgson and Salter, and yet again, Wigan are forced into the restart from behind their own posts. 7.5 minutes to half time. Can Rovers go into the interval with a lead at the DW Stadium? Smith with the spinning restart once again. Oh, it was a difficult take for Eden, but he managed to get the ball and he fed Ivan Sumavave. He's being lifted. Sumavave. Wigan thought better of it, and Richard Beaumont takes Rovers to within 26 metres of the Wigan try line. Withers finds Burns, long pass to Dobson. Dobson goes for the gap. He's going the angle. He's Dobbo. Can he get the ball down? He has, and Rovers lead by 10 points to 4. Great finish from Dobson. Acceleration from the pass of Travis Burns, and Dobson, just like every good captain, leads by example. He just simply put his head down and galloped. Wigan tried everything to prevent the touchdown, but the Rovers number 7's gone in, and Rovers do have that 10-4 lead. Well, the Wigan fans are stunned here. It was Josh Charnley, the man who tried to prevent the try, and it looks as though he's injured a right knee in the process. Can Dobson really rub some salt into the wound by tagging on the extra 2. 6 metres in from the left-hand touchline. Strikes it, does Dobson. And it's waved away. But Rovers lead by 6. We've played 34 minutes exactly of this game. So Matty Smith with the restart once again. Eden collects. Timavave with the drive in, the first tackle of this set. Rovers need a good exit set. They can't afford a mistake inside their own half because Wigan are renowned for scoring points just before half time. Withers centre field to young Tyler Heppy. He runs into the 2-man tackle and he's grounded around midway point of the Rovers half centre field. 40-20 attempt by Travis Burns. The wingman Burgess is there, but territorially it's a good kick if Rovers manage to keep him there. They've grounded him on the 20-metre line, so Rovers, as they did, to set up the position for Dobson's try, are trying to force the error once again. Logan Tompkins to Josh Charnley centre field. May just be testing that injury, see if he's okay before half time. Josh Charnley. Dom Crosby. The Wigan fans are getting frustrated. They're urging Richard Silverwood to penalise Rovers, and there you go. That's what happens at the DW Stadium. The fans win this side penalties. The referees are far too weak. So Wigan now will look to get back onto level terms. Luaki drives in, plays it to Logan Tompkins. Blake Green finds Matty Smith. That looks forward to Harrison Hansen, but Rovers managed to close the door. Wigan are looking for this quick play the ball to get the ball out wide. That's a good tackle on the fullback, linking in Ryan Hampshire. Oh, and Silverwood is just penalising Rovers out of this game now. It's absolutely ridiculous. They've taken the lead and now it's just back-to-back penalties for the home side. Dom Crosby spins into the collision. Centre field 10 metres out. They've gone to the left edge. Oh, there's a gap for Green if he can get the ball away. Jack Hughes can't beat the tackle of Travis Burns and Greg Eden. That's another penalty. And now he's put the whole team on a warning. Absolutely scandalous referee in Silverwood. Wigan are losing and all of a sudden every penalty goes their way. They're absolutely camped on the Rovers line now. Logan Tompkins just tried to dummy and create a gap. 2.5 minutes to half time. Luaki's a big man. We may go to the video referee. You'd have to say from there Luaki would have been favourite to score. Did he get downward pressure over the line and did he do it safely? If he has, well, he looks short there. And then does it roll over the line? It may well have done. Well, difficult to say. Initially it looks short, but then does momentum carry the ball onto the whitewash? "38 minutes. Have Rovers survived? Or has Luaki scored the try, which will surely put the scoreboard level going into half-time? James Child is the man who has the decision. And Rovers get the benefit of the doubt, but still Wigan have the ball. So Luaki has to play it a couple of metres out from that Rovers line. Tackle 3 has been completed. That was surely forward from Blake Green. Nothing doing, says Richard Silverwood. Tompkins with the scoot, he goes himself. Lifted and dumped, it's on the last. This is a big play for Rovers. Dom Crosby goes himself. Is held up surely, and that's great defence. Great desire from the Robins, who get the ball now 10 metres out from their own line. That may be a critical moment in this game. Had Wigan scored, it would have been 10-all at half-time. If Rovers can complete this set and get the deep kick away, they may be able to keep Wigan Warriors at bay for the remaining 120 seconds of this first half. Surely that should have been a penalty on Craig Hall from Jack Hughes. Safety first has got to be the call for Rovers, no mistakes. Withers with the scoop, good work from Lincoln Withers. Made a good 10-12 metre gain, and that could have been a penalty. Wigan were very lazy getting off him as Dobson goes himself. Good option on the fourth tackle. Gone, but that was the fifth. Burns, ball back on the inside to Greg Eden. He's got to get the ball away. He has to Gleeson. Oh, and it's been called forward. Well, if anything, I think the initial pass to Greg Eden probably was, but not that one to Gleeson. Nothing wrong with that pass from Eden to Gleeson whatsoever. Richard Silverwood once again favouring the home side. "21 seconds of this first half remains. Rovers probably have 2, maybe 3 tackles in which to keep Wigan out. It would be a real hammer blow if Wigan can create something. They may do now. Oh, it's bounced for Charnley. Ball back on the inside to Goulding, and with a second remaining, Wigan have gone in, and that is all on the back of ludicrous refereeing decisions from Richard Silverwood. Absolutely nothing wrong with the pass from Eden to Gleeson, and in the set of 6 following it, surprise, surprise, Wigan score. It was a good try from Wigan in fairness, but they should never ever have had possession in which to score that try. Rovers should have been sending Craig Hall on a run for the corner. Richard Silverwood has put Wigan back into this game. So it was Smith's kick to Charnley. Charnley ball back on the inside to Goulding. Charnley with the conversion. The flags are raised, and as the players leave the field here at the DW Stadium, Rovers very, very unluckily have been pegged back to 10 points all. Welcome back to HullKR.TV at the DW Stadium as the two sides retake the field, locked at 10 points each in what's been a competitive game. Lots of errors, you have to say, more errors from Wigan than Rovers. But Rovers very, very harshly treated. They're on a team warning, so the discipline has got to be squeaky clean for at least the first 10-15 minutes of this second half. So the players are back, the spectators are retaking their seats. Craig Sandercock's back in his seat, and Matty Smith has hoisted the ball high. The second half is underway. Can Rovers get what would be a famous win? It may be a changed Wigan lineup, but no game at this stadium is ever easy. Josh Hodgson with the latest ball carry. Rovers may well be down on the interchanges with that knock to Jordan Cox early in the first half. Adam Walker, Con Meeker and Mickey Payer are the men currently limbering up on the touchline as Rovers have put the deep kick downfield. Ryan Hampshire, the fullback, takes the tackle, so Wigan will have their first set of the second half. Gelling just tries to pinch a few metres on the outside, but Rovers defending well. It's this Wigan right, the Rovers left, which is the cause for concern for Craig Sandercock. Both Wigan's tries have come from that side and lots of danger in between. Wigan are grounded 9 metres from halfway. Young Tyler Heppy still putting himself about as Green finds Hughes. Hughes takes a big shoulder and driven back a metre or so on the last tackle. So Blake Green this time with the measured right-footed kick forward. Greg Eden just needs to be careful of that bounce. Eventually he picks the ball up and runs into the wall of cherry and white defenders, taking the tackle 22 out from the Robins line. Dobson feeds Craig Hall. Hall takes the tackle. Wigan not clearing that ruck very quickly, but referee does nothing. Dave Hodgson almost escapes. Takes a big shot for his troubles then from Harrison Hansen. Lincoln Withers has a scoot, bounces off Luaki. Luaki grabs him and pins him to the floor at the second attempt. Oh, that's got to be a penalty. Nothing doing from Silverwood once again. Heppy, brave young lad, runs into two bigger men but didn't back off. Dobson with the measured kick through. Oh, the fullback just had a shuffle with that one. Dobson's hunting him down, and eventually Reece Lovegrove fairly pins him to the floor. It dropped off the tackle. I don't know what the Wigan fans are complaining about. Both the Rovers men had dropped off the tackle. Oh, was that an elbow into the face of Dave Hodgson then from Charnley? Daryl Goulding looking to escape. Wigan 2 metres from halfway. Tompkins fires the ball to Smith. Another long pass to Green. They need to make that tackle, because if Wigan get this ball away, Rovers are in trouble, and the outstretched arm of Craig Hall has possibly prevented a try then, because Wigan had the man on the outside. Three and a half minutes played in this second half. The scrum goes down on halfway. It's out to Wigan. Hansen had to stoop to get that one, and Rovers got bodies into the collision. Logan Tompkins goes right to Luaki. He bounces off the tackle of Beaumont, and then has a second effort. There's Luaki. Oh, that was an elbow then onto Lincoln Withers, surely. Looks fired up, does Luaki. Matty Smith looking for support. Rovers just looking a little bit ragged in defence now, as Wigan are hunting the first score of the second half. Luaki looks like the go-to man at this moment in time. It's into the hands of the young fullback. Hampshire can't be allowed to run. Grounded 30 metres out. Lincoln Withers, oh, he's going to go to the bin. Silverwood has been waiting for that. Silverwood has been waiting to do that. Absolutely scandalous. Couldn't wait to get the yellow card out then, Richard Silverwood. Couldn't wait. And Rovers are down to 12 men for the next 10 minutes. The bemused Lincoln Withers leaves the field. I did say Rovers would need to be squeaky clean. And Wigan will look to stretch the Robins one way and then the other now. Tap restart sees Gelling have a charge in. Can Rovers force a mistake? This is a big 10 minutes in this game now. Blake Green brings in Luwaki. Looking to turn and offload, but Rovers do well. Logan Tompkins finds Blake Green. He's gone himself. Was there an obstruction? No, says Richard Silverwood. Matty Smith with the palm on. It's with Goulding. He's gone to Charnley. Oh, now then. He may have got that down, you know. It was a big reach for the corner. He certainly got downward pressure, but was he in the field of play? Centimetres. Was it on the touchline though? It may have been on the touchline. I think it was. That's no try. It was on the touchline. James Child is the man with the decision. That angle tells us absolutely nothing, because it's all whether he hit the touchline with the ball, and for me, he did. That's on the touchline. There can be no other decision. Oh, ridiculous! It's the Silverwood and Child show. They're doing everything to stop Rovers winning this game. You can now put the ball down on the touchline and tries are awarded.
The try scorer for the Wigan Warriors, number 2, Josh Charnley.
Absolutely scandalous. Richard Silverwood and James Child, how are they coming up with these decisions? Richard Silverwood's having a chat with a touchline, not sure why. And Charnley's lining up a conversion which should never, ever be taking place. The conversion from Charnley is wide, so it's a 14-10 advantage to the Warriors. 6.5 minutes played in the second half. You can now put the ball down on the touchline and tries are awarded. So Rovers with the high restart. They can't let them that decision affect the game plan. They've got to dig in until they get back to full complement. Goulding, he's having a good game for Wigan on this right centre position. Logan Tompkins finds Blake Green. In fact, it was Chris Tucson wearing 16. Does have a look of Blake Green, does Chris Tucson. Both stocky. There's Green offloading. No, it's gone for Gelling, and Rovers are shy on numbers. And here's this young wingman. Ball back on the inside. Greg Eden's being turned inside out. Rovers scrambling for all the worth. But if Wigan go left to right here, Rovers are in strife. They're a mile offside then, Rovers. Matty Smith finds Harrison Hansen. Hansen with the offload to Blake Green. He goes himself. There's Green. If Wigan score here, it's going to be an uphill match for the Robins from there on in. Long ball finds Goulding. Goulding with the kick. It's turned Dave Hodgson around. We're going to go to the video referee. Josh Charnley thinks he's got his hat-trick try. Dave Hodgson had to turn. Josh Charnley is electric off the mark. He's definitely onside. It was the kick from Daryl Goulding. Did Dave Hodgson manage to defuse that one? I think Dave Hodgson's hand was the one on it. Very difficult to see. The big screen is quite a blurred frame by frame picture. Maybe Josh Charnley, I'm not sure. Simultaneous, or did Charnley's hand go over the ball? Well, whether it is a try or not, James Child will award it. I think Josh Charnley misses it. Will Rovers get a decision in their favour? Yes, they do. Has he adjudged a knock-on by Josh Charnley? Well, he owed us that one. He owed us that. So still the scoreline remains 14 points to 10. That's a good penalty for Rovers. Tumavavi attempting to get that quick play of the ball, and Wigan were all over the top of him. So Rovers have possession in the Wigan half. Reece Lovegrove's taken a knock as Beaumont careers into the tackle. Coming up to 10 minutes played in this second half. At 14-10, Rovers still have a sniff, but they need to get back up to full complement. Dobson with the step, can't evade the tackle of Harrison Hansen. Josh Hodgson has a dart, needs support, tries to bump off the tackle of Chris Tucson. Last tackle, says Richard Silverwood. Can Travis Burns conjure up some magic? It's the kick in behind. Wigan have got the ball, but Rovers were trying to pin them inside their own in-goal area, but good play from the youngster. Oh, and there's a line break. Sloppy marker defence from Rovers. Smith finds Goulding, he's looking for his wingman, he'll straighten up Will Goulding. Has to take the tackle of Liam Salter and David Hodgson. There's Charnley again. Salter gets him and then two further Robin defenders come in. Here's this stacked up line for Wigan. Hampshire feeds the centre. The wingman's going for the corner. Greg Eden, has he done enough? Yes, he has. Great last-ditch defending from Greg Eden, because Joe Burgess was flying for that left-hand corner. And when that final hooter blows, like the Lowaki no try, like the Charnley no try, that could be a pivotal moment. Oh, just at the final twist and tumble, the young lad hit the whitewash. Rovers are going to bring Adam Walker and Mickey Payer back into the fray. That will add some size and some go forward. Wigan were all offside then. And he's given it. And there's a disagreement now between a couple of players. This looks like Lee Mossop from Wigan. Not sure. It's Travis Burns for Rovers. Having a disagreement there. Rovers kicked, finds touch. And they'll restart 10 metres inside their own half. Hall with the dart forward, makes around 7 metres. Set completion is important for Rovers to stay in the arm wrestle. Tyler Heppy puts his shoulder into the wheel, but met by solid defensive work from the Warriors. Missed out pass finds Dobson, he needs a runner, he's got Reece Lovegrove. It's the run around to Greg Eden. Eden being shown the touchline, well done David Hodgson, he made sure his fullback would stay in the field of play. Here's Liam Salter, big collision with the Wigan defenders. It was McAlorum back on the field wearing number 9, it's with Burns now. Gleeson, he's escaped the first tackle, he's still going, he's Gleeson, he's found Craig Hall. Hall's going to be shown the touchline. He's got the ball back in and it's play on, says Richard Silverwood. And Rovers have still got possession. Big Mickey Payer is the man driving it forward. If Rovers can score when they're down to 12 men, that would be a massive, massive call in this game. It's going to go to Dobson, he needs a runner. It's the kick. Oh, it's still play on, is it? Backwards, Dave Hodgson needs to put the kick ahead. He's backed himself as Hodgson. And Charnley has to put it dead. And Rovers get the repeat set. Well, there was a couple of decisions there the Wigan fans aren't happy about. Craig Hall must have done superbly to keep the ball alive. And this is eating up the clock for Lincoln Withers to get back onto the field. On my watch, just around a minute or so before Withers is reintroduced. Just coming up to 14 minutes played in this second half. Just that second Josh Charnley try separating the two sides. The restart's a long one. Mickey Payer will try to drive it forward for Hulkingston Rovers. Tackle number 1 is 10 metres inside the Wigan half of the field. There's Walker now. Good leg drive from Walker. He makes around 8 metres with that carry. Hodgson, a switch in play. Burns links. Dobson finds a man on his shoulder, Greg Eden. Salter needs to come inside. He can't beat the tackle of Daryl Goulding. He wants a quick play of the ball. Dobson, will he take on the line? No, he finds Tyler Heppy. Heppy with the offload. It was a silly one. That's inexperience from Tyler Heppy. But Rovers know if they can force a mistake, they've got Wigan in the right area of the field. This is where they want them. Rhys Lovegrove looks in all sorts of strife out there. Wigan once again with that long looping ball over the top. Craig Hall stands his ground, didn't commit. Scott Taylor's back on for Wigan to replace Crosby. Rovers are expecting the long kick, and there it is from Blake Green. It will be allowed to bounce. It's a nice one for David Hodgson. And he takes the play to within 8 metres of halfway. Lovegrove is replaced by Mika. That's probably a good call because Rhys has looked very, very shaky in the last 10 minutes or so. Withers is now back out there. There he is. He finds Mika. Mika with a mistake, but it's gone backwards, says Silverwood. And Dobson almost takes advantage of that generous call. So Mika will try again. There's the offload to Dobson. There's Eden at pace. Straight into the tackle of Mossop, unfortunately. But Rovers have good possession and territory. That's what they need if they're going to take anything from this game. Josh Hodgson on the charge. 14 metres out from that Wigan line. The Rovers fans behind those posts will go absolutely crazy if Rovers can produce anything here. Oh, Josh Charnley's taken the ball cleanly. I think the Wigan fans are saying he was tackled in the air, but Richard Silverwood perhaps starting to level things up slightly because there's been some real howlers in this game. The officials have cost Rovers 10 points. It's as simple as that. Scott Taylor just revved up and then ran into the three-man tackle. Rovers can't afford to concede a penalty. Blake Green with the step, he almost broke the line. It was good defence from Walker that managed to complete the tackle. Matty Smith goes for the 40-20. It's a beautiful attempt, and he's nailed it as Matty Smith. You can't argue against plays like that. That was superb. Michael Dobson is going up to each and every one of his side and saying, work hard for 1 minute. Don't let the Warriors score. "18 minutes gone of this second half. Still the Wigan Warriors lead by 14 points to 10, but this is a real opportunity now to really put some pressure on that Rovers defensive line. Blake Green will need to be watched carefully here. There he is, a man in possession. Long ball, oh, and that's a mistake from Wigan. And Rovers have forced the error. It was Sean Gleeson. Ryan Hampshire, the young fullback, with the mistake. Great play from the Rovers right centre. Hampshire must have just took his eye off the ball. And it squirmed from the fingers of the youngster. So Rovers need some strong carries to get them upfield now. Looks as though Mika's going to be first receiver. Not always the safest ball carrier, isn't Con, but does well on this occasion. Withers finds Adam Walker. Walker runs at a smaller man in Matty Smith, but The Cherry and White's defenders are there in numbers to bring the big Rovers number 16 down. Here's Mickey Payer. Runs into the tackle of Mossop, and Mossop's a good, strong defender. Withers finds Dobson, centre field. He finds Burns. Short pass. Brings in Josh Hodgson. Hodgson's been forced back. Good defence by the Wigan side. Rovers' attack just looks slightly flat for me. But Wigan are very quick into the ball carrier's face. Burns with that kick. It come up trumps at Warrington. Oh, that's a knock-on. That's a knock-on. Rovers will get head and feed 25 metres out from the Wigan line. It was a clever kick from Travis Burns. First real occasion he's tried it this evening. And approaching the hour played, Rovers have a good attacking position once again. First thing Rovers need to do is complete the set. That's only 4 points down. You don't need to force a silly pass. Mika runs into the tackle of Hughes and McAlorum. Golding's there and he's still going his con. Mika shrugs off and plays the ball. Walker takes the play into the Wigan 20, but he's lost it. But it's a ball steal. Walker will go again. Well, this penalty count's mounting against the Wigan side, but still there's no team warning. Interesting. Dobson, has he got the space? He ducked his shoulder and went himself. Did the Rovers skipper? Will play it to Salter. Salter will feed it inside to Withers. Withers finds Heppy. Oh, you heard the collision from up on the gantry, but oh, he's done it again as Heppy. What's he doing? Somebody have a word with him. You don't need the miracle ball. Well, that may look as though I've got egg on my face for saying that, but for me that was a loose offload. We'll go to the big screen. Well, there was a hand in from Scott Taylor, but I think Tyler Heppy just needs to concentrate on ball control. Withers feeds Greg Eden. Can he put some footwork on and force his way over that try line? Withers goes himself, does Lincoln Withers. Only 2 metres out. Rovers are centre field, so they've got options both ways. Mickey Payer with the drive is over the line. Can he get the ball down? No is the answer. There's a whole host of Wigan defenders in attendance. He'll play it 10 metres out, will Mickey Payer. Looks as though he's just holding his left knee, which is a worry. Dobson needs a man on his shoulder. Eden to Hodgson. Oh, Hodgson's got the ball down, but was he in touch? We're going to go to the video referee with 17.5 minutes remaining. Around 63 minutes played. Dave Hodgson. It looks like no score. Mickey Payer's down in back play, and it's a no score. Josh Charnley just doing enough to prevent that touchdown.
The Wigan Warriors substitution sponsored by Pierpont Casinos. Replacing number 16, Chris Tucson, is number 8, Mohamed Lawaki.
Lawaki's back on to replace Tucson. Tumavave comes on to replace Mickey Payer, and Well, it's not often Mickey Payer leaves the field. It looks as though he's picked up a knee injury. Wigan have possession, but they're only 11 metres from their own line. Taylor charges in. Held onto his back. Rovers need to clear the ruck. Mossop charges in at Walker, but Walker stands his ground, and that's come out. Oh, and he said play on. And the youngster Ryan Hampshire, in fact it's McAlorum. Oh, great tackle from Eden. But Wigan on the back of that ball, squirming out, have made 45 metres. Luwaki dummies and goes himself. He's got Dobson around his ankles. We can't go back to that decision, so Rovers have got some defending to do here. Wigan are now inside the 20. One tackle remains in the bank for the Wigan Warriors. It's the kick ahead. Oh, what a pick-up from Eden. That was superb reading of the game. The ball will be slippery with all this humidity, and he did well, did Greg Eden. Luwaki with a big hit on David Hodgson. Rovers have got to punch some holes, but they've lost their main meter maker in Mickey Payer. So Tumavave and Walker have really got to step up now. Last tackle, Rovers trying to milk the penalty through Craig Hall. The kick downfield is by Travis Burns. The young fullback takes it safely. He charges back at pace. Dobson keeps his shape. And Lincoln Withers is the man who cuts Ryan Hampshire down. Still, this game is there for the taking. It's only one try separating the two sides. If Wigan score next, that may be enough. If Rovers get it, then the final 10 minutes are going to be an absolute nail-biter. Just hesitated there as Josh Charnley charged the ball in. Wigan fans trying to get their side a penalty once again. Blake Green's pressurised, but he's got a long ball over the top. The kick ahead, it's taken by Craig Hall, and he manages to cling on. Well, enterprising play from Joe Burgess, but Craig Hall hang on for dear life, and Rovers have possession now with Ivan Tumavave on halfway. Mossop's offside. He was stepped, but surely Silverwood's got to spot that. Luwaki was taking far too long at that ruck as well, as Josh Hodgson links to Dobson. Good ball from Eden, finds Salter. Good ball finds David Hodgson. Hodgson takes the tackle of Matty Smith, but Rovers are edging towards that danger zone once again. Greg Eden almost breaks through the line, but he's lost the ball in the collision. A big shot went in from Harrison Hansen, and Greg Eden was unlucky there. He lost possession. Exactly 13 minutes remaining. 14-10 to the Wigan Warriors. Can Rovers snatch this one out the bag? Wigan trying to steal yards on the short side, which they've done once again with Daryl Goulding. He's probably been the pick of the Wigan players this evening for me, the right centre. Ruffle Luwaki up and he'll give you a penalty. Oh, Blake Green's knocked on. Rovers will take that. A scrum 33 metres out from the Wigan line. And once again, they don't have to go for the spectacular play. Just be methodical and wait for the opening to come. So both packs nestle in. It's with Con Mika. Mika leading the charge for the Robins. Wants a quick play the ball. That was a scruffy one, but Rovers have got possession and they've got the penalty. So Adam Walker charges in now. He beats the first man. Beaumont comes back on for Rovers. Withers finds Dobson. Man on his shoulder. Travis Burns. Josh Hodgson trying to force his way between two defenders. If Rovers can score now, the Wigan side may just get that self-doubt. Withers can't beat the tackle of McAlorum. That was good defence from the Wigan hooker. But Rovers have got to be smarter here. Dobson needs a man on his shoulder. He's got Greg Eden. It was a forward pass. I said be smart, Rovers, and that wasn't particularly smart, although on the big screen there didn't look to be too much wrong with it. But from another angle it looks at least a yard forward, so that's why in rugby league we don't go to the screen for forward passes. Two different shots, two different decisions. Rovers won't get too many opportunities though, like the one Blake Green presented them with, knocking on 30 metres from his own line. Here's Taylor. Taylor's had a strong game for the Warriors this evening in his two spells. Rovers were all offside then. Will Silverwood ping them for it? No, they've got away with that one. McAlorum dummies and goes himself. He's cut down. 40-20 attempts from Blake Green, and that looks a good one. Oh, it's just bounced the right way as far as the Robins are concerned. Greg Eden's got possession and he's tackled 15 metres from his own line. That's what Wigan wanted. Good burst by Gleeson, carries Rovers out of the 20. We're into the final 10 minutes of cries of Wigan, Wigan go up from the home crowd. A big shot goes in on Beaumont from Luaki. Beaumont just plays the ball. Craig Hall on tackle number 4 for the Robins. Can Rovers get the 40-20? Tumavave, was he spinning to offload? He's lost the ball. And it's play on, says Richard Silverwood. I think had Rovers taken possession then, it would have been play on. So they were slow to react, the Robins. There's two very tired sides out there. Some of these players played in the semi-final last week, but it was nothing more than a training exercise, so you wouldn't have thought that they'd wilt in the last 10 minutes. Matty Smith finds Green. There's a flat pass, but Rovers managed to shut the door in the shape of Travis Burns. They've gone to that left-hand side, Gleeson, and they've missed Gellin. And Gellin scored for Wigan. In the 72nd minute, that may be enough to see off the challenge of Hulkingston Rovers. I'm not sure it was the best defensive work by Sean Gleeson. I'll have a look back on the screen, but that's put 8 points between the sides, and it's going to be difficult to see Rovers scoring 2 tries in the final 8 minutes.
The try scorer for the Wigan Warriors, number 22, Anthony Gellin.
So Charnley looking to convert the Gelling try. Rovers have really dug in this game, but it looks as though they may just fall short now in the final outcome. I think Sean O'Loughlin may have took an injury in this game, because we've not seen him for a long time, as Charnley sagged on the extra two. It's 20 points to 10 to the Warriors, and we have just over 7 minutes of this game to play out. It's got to be a short restart. That may have too much on it. It has. It's sailed into touch from Dobson. For me, you've still got to kick long. If you force an error from the restart in the Wigan 20 or 30, you've got possession where you need to be. It's a high-risk strategy, that, and Wigan will really look to bury Rovers now. Mossop on the charge. Grounded by the tackle of Walker. It's been a good contest between those two this evening. There's Walker again, really has dug in. I think the loss of Mickey Payer has damaged Rovers in this final 15 minutes. Blake Green just tries to spin away from the would-be defenders, but Josh Hodgson nailed him. Matty Smith now. Wigan looking to score again against this tiring Rovers defence. It would really be rough justice on Rovers if Wigan were to score again, because at 14-10, that kind of like was the story of the game. Matty Smith's lining up a one-pointer. It's successful. 75 minutes on the clock, and Wigan now lead by 21 points to 10. So Rovers go for it again. This time the angle's better from Dobson. It's gone loose. It's still bouncing loose. And that's a knock-on by Wigan, is it? Now Rovers have come up with a ball. That's a penalty. The youngster Joe Burgess, not square. Rovers can't hang around. 11 points down. They still need 2 tries, so that drop goal from Smith not really doing anything in terms of Rovers' chances of coming back. No real difference between 10 and 11. It's still 2 tries, but if Rovers can get one in this set, they could do, because Tumavave has spun and got the ball down. Silverwood will award this, and Tumavave scored. 76 minutes gone, 21-14 with the conversion to come, and Rovers still have a chance. Dobson won't hang around. 5 points the difference if Dobson's successful with this kick. And he is, it's just crept in. So we have only a try and a goal separating these two sides. Tumavave did well to spin and get that one down. Wigan are in absolutely no hurry to restart. We've got 3 minutes, 2 seconds remaining. Can Rovers pull off the impossible? At 21-10, they looked out of this. But now if they can break the line and do something spectacular, they could steal it. First of all, they've got to put in a safe set in their own danger zone. They've managed to get out of the 20. Josh Hodgson finds Adam Walker. Walker fends off the first tackle. It's gone loose. It's picked up by Tumavave and it's had the tackle count wiped. Oh, that was risky. Josh Hodgson takes the pass of Travis Burns. Don't panic, Rovers. Get it up into the Wigan 40 zone and then just put up a Hail Mary. They've got a young fullback. Absolutely anything could happen. Dobson needs a runner. Gets Mika. Big cry of forward from the Wigan fans. Nothing doing. Mika will take the tackle. Dobson's at the ruck, at the dummy half. Beaumont drives forward. How many tackles Richard Silverwood? It must only be tackle 4. He's not raised his hands. Dobson goes himself. It's now or never for Rovers. On the last tackle, Withers finds Travis Burns. Greg Eden. Greg Eden's got to get the ball away. It's gone wide. Dave Hodgson. Oh, he's going to be nailed. Oh, the bounce of the ball wasn't kind for Rovers then. And had it gone directly to his hands, he would have been in. Credit Wigan for their cover defence. The clock has still been ticking away as we wait Wigan to get this game back underway. Can Rovers force a mistake? They've just got to put everything into this final 60 seconds. McAlorum, in fact it was Hansen, they're both wearing green boots. Wigan really slowing down this play the ball. Mossop charges in at Walker. He makes a couple of extra metres. Rovers need a mistake from Wigan. Wigan are just content to run out the clock. Taylor is nailed by 3 of his former teammates. Takes an eternity to get to his feet and play it. Luaki safely goes to ground with possession. 20 seconds remain. Wigan will kick for touch surely. Well, they've kicked downfield, so it's now or never. 14 seconds remaining. Dink over. Craig Hall's chasing. It's gone to Wigan, and it's gone to Scott Taylor, and that is the end of the challenge of the Robins. There goes the final hooter. A brave, brave effort from Hulkingston Rovers. They have gone down by only 5 points, but 10 of those points should never ever have been awarded. Richard Silverwood and James Child should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. It was 10-all at half-time. Rovers were on a team warning from the final few minutes of the first half, and Richard Silverwood couldn't wait to produce the yellow card for an innocuous decision against Lincoln Withers. Withers was dispatched to the sin bin, and Josh Charnley scored his second of the game. When he went to the video referee, the ball was clearly grounded on the right-hand touchline, and for some reason that only James Child knows, the try was awarded. Charnley missed the conversion, and it was 14-10 to the Warriors. Charnley 40 had his hat-trick try, but it was adjudged to be a knock-on in a foot race between him and David Hodgson. Rovers had a no try on 63 minutes. When David Hodgson went for the left-hand corner, it was really nip and tuck. The game was in the balance, but Wigan scoring on 72 minutes through the left centre, Anthony Gelling. That was the one that did the damage. He escaped the clutches of Sean Gleeson. Josh Charnley hammered over the conversion, and at 20 points to 10, it looked as though it was a game that Rovers had just lost control of. Matty Smith tagged over another 1 point on 75 minutes with a drop goal. Rovers put the first short restart into touch. That's what set up the position for Smith. But from the second short restart, Rovers got possession, and Ivan Tumavave spun his way over the line. Dobson converted, and then it all boiled down to the kick to the wide touchline. Had it gone into the hands of David Hodgson on the full, he would have gone in the corner. Dobson would have had the conversion, of course, but Rovers would have only have been a point down. It wasn't to be. The Wigan Warriors, well, you could see by their celebrations at the end, they knew they'd been in a real dogfight. They've edged it. They've beaten Hull Kingston Rovers by 21 points to 16.